Hey everyone! I figured it's been a while since I've done anything on the channel. It's been pretty quiet, so I figured I would hop on here and do another episode of Midnight Musings. This isn't really going to be anything anti-MLM or cult related or anything like that. It's just going to be entirely personal updates, I think. So if that's not your thing, then yeah, whatever. First and foremost, I just kind of wanted to give an update about my new job and how that's been going, because I talked about that in the last episode. And I'm happy to say that so far it's been going really well. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the best job I've ever had so far. I love working in this particular environment. And I love my boss. I know that sounds really weird to say, but my boss is super nice. It's great to have a boss that is nice, patient, understanding, but also is focused. She has a clear direction she wants to go in, and she knows how to lead us as a team towards those goals that we need to meet. I honestly have just found myself shocked by how great she is, and I'm afraid I might have almost offended her a bit by kind of being surprised by it. It's despite how nice she is, I'm just worried because I'm not used to having a supervisor or a boss that is as supportive as she, and it's almost jarring. And, I know it's not very professional to, talk too much about my previous jobs, but, that last restaurant job that I had for a little while, my supervisor was very hostile, and there was no direction, no support, there was no real, actual training. It was just, throwing me in and expecting me to know what to do right off the bat. I can be a pretty fast learner, but it was just ridiculous. And with the retail job, the founder was nice, but she was very uninvolved. And my supervisor, she was never present. And it felt like I was being left to fend for myself a lot of the time. And, eventually, I talked about this in my blog, but eventually the higher-ups retaliated against me for trying to ask for support and for recognition of the efforts that I had done so far. So it's nice to, not just feel like I have that support and amazing leadership, but to be in a position that feels like it's actually a good fit. Of course, the downside of that is that I've been busy again, so I haven't had nearly as much time to work on channel stuff. So, it's a little bittersweet, but for me, having a job and being able to work is my priority. Also, the new car is running well. The one that I talked about. We actually took it down for our anniversary trip. We got to get away about a week after our 3rd anniversary, so that was really nice. And we did give it a fresh oil change and a new battery and things like that, just to make sure that everything was going to work fine for the long trip. And it handled pretty well. I'm very happy with that. My niece is now 5 months old, and it's so cute because my sister's dog is being the ultimate big sister, and she'll nudge her baby toys towards her to try to get her to play. And she's approaching that age where she might start crawling soon, so we're gonna be keeping an eye on that. I did have a bit of a scare around my anniversary trip, because my parents were abroad, having a trip abroad, and when they were about to fly back, they had to do COVID testing, and my dad tested positive, which was kind of a shock because, like, his symptoms were so mild, he sincerely thought that they were allergies. And by the time he actually tested, those symptoms had gone away. So it was just kind of scary to hear, you know, to get that message from my parents and being just like, I thought you should know there's been a slight hiccup in us getting back. Your father has to stay behind until he tests negative. You know, that's really scary. But thankfully, everything's better and he's home, safe and sound. Oh yeah, and then other medical stuff that went on was my husband. He had to get one of his wisdom teeth pulled. So that was fun for him. I'm sure he absolutely enjoyed that. I'm only partially sarcastic. I know he loved, you know, not having to feel anything while they pulled it out. The pain was getting so bad from his tooth, so I'm glad we were able to take care of that. And he is basically recovered now, and he's doing better. No more of that pain that was being caused, so I'm very happy that we were able to take care of that. I feel like my head is kind of in a weird place right now because as of me recording this, today would have been my cousin's 35th birthday, the one that passed away from COVID. Some of my family members got together and they're scattering her ashes today. I wasn't able to make it for a number of reasons, and you know, it hurts to not, you know, like, be there to properly say goodbye, but that is just something I have to accept. But I don't know if I'll ever be able to accept, you know, the circumstances of her death, you know? Like, I feel if less people had been selfish and they cared about the health and safety of others, then she would have possibly still been alive. And I hate how her death is just shrugged off and treated like a number in a statistic that people continue to ignore. And now, honestly, whenever I hear about any friend or family member of mine getting COVID, I get so worried, like, because mentally I am kind of bracing myself for the possibility of losing someone else, you know? And I feel lucky right now that neither my husband or I, as far as we're aware, we haven't gotten COVID. But we also, you know, we're both caught up on our shots, and we haven't exactly stopped masking up. I know a lot of people where we live have stopped wearing masks everywhere, but we're usually masked up. But it still feels, you know, like a case of, it's not like if I'll catch it, it's just a matter of when, it feels like. Like, how much longer is this luck going to hold out? I don't know. So about the fictional cult breakdown, it is taking a lot longer than I hoped to put it together, and it's not just because of, you know, work keeping me busy, and it's not just because I'm, you know, kind of having a lack of creative motivation whenever I do have time off. It's also because I am looking at a fictional cult and a piece of media that I haven't personally consumed before, and I'm going through footage of stuff that I'm also not too familiar with, because I will say that this is from another video game that I'm going to be covering. I will reveal it that much. And the footage that I got was actually gameplay recorded by the person I am collaborating with. And we're also collaborating on writing the script together, and that takes a lot of time because it requires both of us to, have that time to go over things and revise stuff and put it all together, because it's going to be, like dialogue from both of us. But it is still happening, and I am super stoked for, the final product to finally be revealed. I promise it is still coming. I know I say that with like every Midnight Musings now. In other news, I think I talked about this on my Twitter a bit, but I had recently remembered an old writing project that I started a few years ago, before I made the blog and whatnot. I had wanted to do a series of like these short stories that were like all connected. It was like, they all would create a bigger story over time, but I would do it like, instead of like in chapters, it'd be in like short story parts, if that makes sense. But I honestly kind of given up on that project because I wasn't really sure how to fix some of the issues that had been pointed out to me by the people that I had asked to proofread the first draft for that first part. Like, don't get me wrong, the actual like constructive criticism that they gave me was actually really helpful. I just didn't know how to properly utilize it at the time, while still sticking to, my personal vision for where I want the story to go. But now that I have actually gone back and I found that writing, and I found my old notes, and I've had a chance to just kind of like reread through everything with a fresh perspective, I think I have a better understanding of what I should do to help fix some of that stuff. And I think I might try to go back and do some more writing on that. So this is likely just going to be another little side project that I'm going to be working on. I know it's like completely irrelevant to the blog, to the channel, and the stuff that I typically cover. But I might still talk about it like on my social media or on here or whatnot if anything more comes of it, if I do get further along with that and I feel like I want to share more about it. We'll see. But this is gonna be purely just me writing as a hobby. I am by no means an author. I'm sure my skills are lacking. Like, I've never taken any like creative writing classes or anything like that. So if I did eventually share something, it would just be for the fun of it, and it'd be like something that I hope people can like just read it for what it is, just something written as a hobby by an amateur and can take it easy on me. And I'm open to anyone offering like constructive criticism so I can like improve my skills. I just hope that, they don't like trash it and it's just like, this is so bad, because I know it's gonna be bad. I know that it's probably going to just be weird, nonsensical, probably poorly structured. It's gonna be a mess, but it's just something that I kind of want to try to do. So hopefully I get a chance to make some progress on that. And again, if I do make progress, I'll probably talk about it some more. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for now. If you have you know, if you have anything that you'd like me to talk about on the channel, or, you know, any particular MLMs or other subjects you want me to cover, feel free to drop a comment below. Also, please consider liking and subscribing and following me on my social media if you haven't already. My birthday is next month, so, you know, if you want to, like, buy me a cupcake, you know, you can feel free to donate to my Ko-fi. Oh yeah, also, I'm actually looking for possible new art to add to my channel. I'm looking for someone who does something like more like anime style. So if any of my watchers just happen to be like an anime artist who does commissions, I would love it if you'll like hit me up and like link to me your stuff and your commission rates, and I can check them out and see if I think that it might be a good match. Just throwing that out there. You never know who's listening. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for now. Yeah, I already said that. I'll be popping off, and once I take care of some of this video editing, I'm probably gonna be working on script stuff. So see you around, guys. Take care.